Up next, UFC on Fox 19. It took a little bit of a hit with Tony Ferguson being injured, but still a pretty exciting card. The new headliner now is Glover Teixeira versus Evans. Your thoughts on that light heavyweight bout?
Well, I think it's still a very relevant bout. You know, you have John Jones coming back. You have Daniel Cormier up at the top of that division right now. You've got Ovin St. Preux who's stepping in to an interim title fight against Jones. But don't forget about these two guys. I know that they've sort of been kicked to the scrap heap a little bit. Both Evans and Teixeira have losses to John Jones. But in this division, as wide open as it is, these two are still some really key players in there. You know, Rashad Evans, I think, is coming back. He lost to Ryan Bader in his first fight back from ACL surgery, but he said he wasn't really trusting his knee during that fight and during that camp. Now he trusts his knee. He feels good still at age 36, and he feels like he has a lot to offer. And Glover Teixeira with a big opportunity to beat a guy who has a big name in Rashad Evans.
It's one of those vintage crossroads fights. One guy will certainly lose a lot of stock. One guy may get a shot at John Jones down the line. Who do you think wins?
I've got to go with Glover Teixeira in this fight. You know, I think people are quick to write off Rashad Evans, again, because of the injury issues that he's had with the ACL. But you got to remember, before this guy was even injured, he did have a little bit of durability issues. You know, Rashad Evans was a guy who would get clipped in the middle of his fights, and he'd be on ice skates for a little bit, and you'd have to worry about him. I think Glover Teixeira, one of the most underrated components of his game is his wrestling. I think he's got a better chin than Rashad Evans, so I'm picking Teixeira, although I'm not sleeping on Rashad Evans. You know, this guy's a phenomenal wrestler, and he's a veteran, so he should be competitive, but I like Glover Teixeira.